still couldn't find her keys. She left everything out of her hands, put her phone down, and started looking very seriously because she needed to find her car keys. And then when she couldn't find them, looking casually and looking seriously and looking very seriously, she turned her purse upside down, emptied it all of its contents, and started frantically looking for her keys until she remembered it was in another purse. She was looking casually, seriously, very seriously, frantically for keys in the wrong purse. And this morning, many people who listen to me preach, who come to church looking for life casually, seriously, very seriously, frantically, until you realize that you're looking for life in all the wrong places. You're looking for meaning, for purpose. You're looking for direction. You're looking for life that is fulfilling and wholesome, but you're looking in the wrong purse. It's not in educational pursuits. It's not in financial means. It's not in exercising and dieting. It's not in dressing well and driving the best cars. It's not in neighborhoods or social environment. It's not what you know or who you know. The only way your life can have purpose and meaning and real depth and fulfillment is to find Jesus Christ. The only hope we have is in Jesus. The only hope we have is in Jesus. Walk with me around the text. Jesus is at a feast of the Jews, and he comes to Solomon's porch, where there are scores of people, some of them lame, some of them blind, some of them paralyzed, but all of them are in some state of impotence. All of them are in some degree of disease and discomfort. It's an aggregation of the aggravated. It's a congregation of the convicted. Everybody in the crowd has something wrong with them. And this morning, we are not in this church because we got it all together. We are not here because we know all the answers. We are not here because we've been holy or righteous. All of us are in this congregation of the convicted, in this aggregation of the aggravated, because we need something we cannot supply on our own. So this morning, if you would be delivered, the first thing you've got to do is validate your weakness. You got to honestly admit that you're paralyzed, blind, lame. And if you don't think anything is wrong with you, God can't save you. Because he said, I did not come for those who are well, but for those who are sick. For those who are well don't need a physician. Talk back to me if you can. You're not going to be saved thinking that you're pretty good. Because pretty good will never be good enough. And good enough will never be good enough. We are here by the mercy and the grace of God Almighty. Now, hear me. The Bible describes every person without Christ as a person without strength. Romans chapter 6 says, when we were without strength, in due time, Christ died not for Sunday school teachers, not for choir members, not for good people at Lily Grove. Christ died for the ungodly. Um, you will never be delivered from alcoholism until you admit you're an alcoholic. You will never be delivered from your drug addiction until you tell yourself the truth about your drug addiction. You will never be delivered from the bondage and the evil of sin until you admit your weakness when it comes to sin. And the primary source of our weakness is sin. It's right here in verse number 14. Jesus said, see, you've been made whole. Don't sin no more so that something worse will happen to you. He's not talking about being sinless. He's talking about sinning less. Now, age will take care of a whole lot of that. I wish I had somebody over 50 to help me testify. But even what age doesn't take care of is still in your mind. It's still in your sinful nature. I'm talking about us now. Because you come to church don't mean you're not tempted. Talk back to me if you can. This little boy had a cold, and his daddy was going to work, and his daddy told him not to go outside, to stay home and take care of yourself. You're not going to school. Stay home. You don't need to be exerting yourself. You have a cold, and if you stay home, it'll go away. So his friends came by, and they went to their favorite little swimming spot. The daddy just so happened to be coming home for lunch to check on the boy, and he passed by the swimming little place they were swimming at, and his son was at the little swimming hole. Put him in the car and took him home and said, now, did not tell you not to go swimming. He said, well, Daddy, my friends came by. And we went there, and I had no intention of swimming. He said, but they splashed some water on me. And he said, since they splashed some water on me, I just decided to put my foot in there. And then he said, somebody pulled me in the water. And since I was in the water, I might as well swim around. And his daddy said, well, what you doing with your swimming trunks on? He said, I put them on just in case I got tempted. And you and I don't mean to do wrong, but we put our swimming trunks on. I wish I had a crook in here who can help me testify that every time I desire to do good, have I got a witness? Evil is always, the good that I would do, I find myself not doing, and the evil that I don't want to do, that's exactly what I do. Oh, wretched man, not that I was, not that I used to be, but that I still am. What can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. The primary source of my weakness and yours is sin. And sin is not only a primary source, it's a paralyzing force. That this man is at the pool and he's paralyzed. He cannot on his own take care of himself. He can't walk unless somebody brings him to the pool. Verse 4 is omitted from the New Revised Standard Version. It's in your King James Bible if you have one. The verse 4 explains why these people keep coming to this pool. Because they believe, superstitiously, they believe that there's a troubling of the waters. And the first one to get in when the water is troubled will be healed. It's an aqueduct underneath that pool. It's some rushing water underneath that pool that bubbles up from time to time. And they superstitiously believe that if they jump in the water first, they'll be made whole. And they were religious about going to the pool. They were religious about going to the pool. They were religious about going to the pool. Some of us are religious about coming to Lily Grove. Religious about sitting in the same seat in the balcony. Religious about going to Sunday school. Religious about driving to church the same way you drive every Sunday. You religiously take that route. You religiously come to this church. Nobody can invite you to their church because you religiously come to your own church. But what is the difference to have religion without a relationship? To come to the pool and never meet the person. To get in the water and never worship. Somebody ought to help me talk here. And brothers and sisters, Satan will make you believe that if you go to church enough, if you read the Bible enough, if you just pray enough, that's enough. But what are you praying about? What are your prayers helping you to become? What kind of relationship do you have with Jesus Christ? When life turns on you, can you still come to church and shout? When you get old and feeble, can you still make your way to God's house and say like David, I've been young. Now I'm old and I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. When the situation is beyond your control, can you still give God glory and say like Job said, naked came out from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Anybody can shout when the Lord gives, but can you shout when the Lord takes away? Anybody can give God glory when you got enough, but when you got more money than you have, with more month than you have money, can you still give God praise? And then there are some persons here who need to come to Christ, but you keep analyzing and dissecting and listening to your silly friends who say it don't make sense to join church because all them people at church ain't nothing but hypocrites. That's why I don't go to church, because I went over there to get my light bill paid and they wouldn't help me. That's what the church is for. No, that's not what the church is for. The church is not in the world to make sure your phone bill is paid. The church is not in the world to make sure that you have food. That's mission work, but that's not what the work of the church is. The work of the church is to make sure that you come to Christ in relationship, that you are saved through the preaching of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and then once you get on your feet, then you can take care of yourself. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. The primary source is sin. The paralyzing force is this man cannot help himself. And if you stay in that condition, the persistent course is you may never get accustomed to walking because you so enjoy being carried. Yeah. You look at the text. Jesus came and said to that man, do you want to be whole? That's like asking somebody who is starving, do you want to eat? That's almost insulting until you get underneath what Jesus is actually saying. Jesus said, do you really want to be made whole? Because if you get well, you got to take care of yourself. If you get well, you got to stop depending on other people to come to your aid. If you get well, you got to stop blaming the white man. If you get well, you got to stop blaming your high school principal because you didn't make it to the NBA. If you get well, you got to provide for yourself. Brothers and sisters, not only must you validate your weakness, But I'm running out of time when I tell you, you've got to activate your will. Do you want to be well? Do you want to get out from where you are? Do you want to get out from under the burden that's holding you down? Do you want to be made whole? Do you really mean it that you want to be whole? The man said, sir, every time the water starts bubbling up, somebody steps in before me. Jesus said, that's not what I'm talking about. I want to know from you. Don't worry about who's stepping in before you. Don't worry about who's driving what. Don't worry about who's wearing what. Don't worry about who's working where. Don't worry about who knows who. Do you want to be? Stop counting other people's money. Stop looking over the fence in other people's yard. Stop thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. It might be artificial turf. Stop coming to church on Sunday religiously because your body is here with me. But your mind is on the other side of town. And you're messing me around. You got to be over 40 to get this one. Trying to love two. No man can serve two masters. You will either love one and hate the other. Cling to one and despise it. Do you actually want to be made whole? You've got to activate your will. You have to want to be made whole. You have to want to be saved. Hear this, brothers and sisters. Hear me well. If you don't hear anything else I say for the rest of my preaching at this church, hear this. If you do not want to be saved, listen to me. Every time I preach, I extend the invitation to Christian discipleship. Because preaching is different from teaching. Teaching is about disseminating information. Preaching is proclamation with persuasion in view. I'm trying to persuade somebody to come on the Lord's side and live. That's the difference between disseminating information and proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ with persuasion in view. And so when I get through preaching, I will extend the invitation to Christian discipleship. But hear this, and if you don't hear anything I say for the rest of my preaching at this church, get this. If you don't want to come, there is not an angel in heaven that God will send to drag you down the aisle. All the angels, the thousands upon thousands and 10,000s of angels that are in heaven right now, God will not send a single one to drag you down the aisle if you don't want to be saved. But if you want to be saved, there's not a demon in hell that God will let prevent you from coming. Whosoever will. I wish I had somebody to help me preach. Let him come and drink from the fountain of life freely. If a sinner wants to come, if a liar wants to come, let him come. Let her come. Let them come. But if you don't want to come, God will not send an angel to drag you down the aisle. But if you want to come, he won't allow a demon to keep you from making that decision. You have free will. Now, I don't know anything about premillennial dispensation or amillennial dispensation or postmillennial dispensation. I don't know that much about Calvinism and Arminianism. I just have an honorary doctorate degree. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is whosoever will, let him come and drink from the fountain of life. I know if you trust Jesus Christ as Savior, if you believe that he's the Son of God without sin, and if you believe that he's able to deliver you from the fires of hell, he'll save you, but you have to activate your will. You have to validate your weakness. You have to activate your will. And then finally, you got to initiate your walk. The man said, every time I get ready to get in the pool, somebody gets in front of me. Jesus said, rise, take up your bed, and walk. The man heard Jesus, and he would never have walked if he didn't get up and walk. It's just that you don't have to have a degree in theology to figure that out. You don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar to figure that out. Jesus said, don't worry about the water bubbling up. Don't worry about the pool being stirred. Just rise, take up your bed, and walk. And at Jesus' word, strength came in his ankle bones. And for the first time in 38 years, muscles that had atrophied started working again. Somebody ought to help me close here. For the first time in his life, he became what he was not for 38 years. Rise. Don't just rise, but take up what you were depending on. Take up your mat. Take up what identified you. Take that with you so that everywhere you go, you bring your testimony with you. Tell somebody, I used to lay down on this, but I'm carrying this around with me right now. I used to be broke, but God put money in my pocket. I used to be down, but God lifted me. I used to be lost, but God saved me. I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. Then a little light from heaven filled my soul. He bathed my heart in love, and he wrote my name above